So how did you originate this trade? I mean, what's your theory like? Is it technicals, price pattern, or?
Okay. Say for example, the morning trades, this one we have taken it at 9:15:02. In this one, like I don't get to see the chart or anything.
Right.
We are just going to go by the data, what the previous day analysis showed me.
Okay.
So what are the things which I normally typically
yeah.
do? Like most of the things which I use, it is all like freely available over the net. Nothing you needed to, don't buy any fancy software or fancy system which you needed to install and so on. I first thing what I do, I track the world markets in the morning.
Okay.
I track to see like how the Dow and the Asian and the European markets have closed on the previous day, and how Dow futures is trading on beginning of the day, and what is happening.
So as we are speaking, I'm going to tell the tool also to people
so
that it's easier. So investing.com is
Yes.
probably the tool you would like to do for this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like look at this. I already have it here.
You already have it. Fantastic.
So I track it and look at the way Dow futures closed on the Friday night. It was like almost 180 points now. Okay. And the next thing what I would be keenly looking at is looking at the Bloomberg for the any like real-time news. Nowadays, like you needed to watch for even for a Trump tweet or a coronavirus and so on. Okay, so every new news that is going to impact the market. 7 a.m. in the morning, you would have seen Dow like almost at 100 points in the positive. By the time our markets opened at 9, Dow would be at like 80 points in the negative. Whatever the view which I was having it at 7 doesn't hold good at 9.
Right.
So I needed to be prepared for that as well. And I would also be keenly watching our Indian news on like both Money Control, StockEdge, and then the ET Now to see what's happening around the world.
Right.
And most importantly, I will also look at the VIX.
Okay.
Okay. This will also give me an hedge over the intraday trades.
Okay.
I know some people use it for the positional, even I use it. But even for intraday, combining with the Dow futures along with the VIX, it will also give you a good insight.
This is a EOD VIX. Yesterday's VIX, no?
No, this is the EOD VIX. You will get it on the real time as well.
Yeah, but that is only after market opens.
Yes, market opens.
Yeah.
But I'm already prepared myself with the OI data. This is the key.
Yeah, so I think this is something which all our users will be very interested to know, that what language OI speaks.
OI, when I say OI, we always I have built an inbuilt tool which will help me to see how the OI is been building up through the day and also for the rest of the day.
Okay.
This is, say for example, end of day data. Here I will get to see the data, whether like how the respective strikes was, imagine for 12,200 or 12,100. What is the trend for the day? And this is an inbuilt tool, so don't expect some fancy stuff. We are just like trying to automate few of the things based on my preference. And here we get to see the trend for the day, how the OI has been building up. And everybody knows it, how to read the OI and other things.
Yeah.
But how to interpret and make it to your advantage, that's the key thing.
Right.
And that's where like I try to decode and help my like participants also decode the OI data. That is going to be very, very critical in terms of taking a trade at the opening.
Right.
So based on this particular day, I would have taken an opening trade, whatever it was suggesting me that, yes, Shiva, it is going to be a bullish move on this particular day. Why don't you go and opening take a trade?
Right.
But if I'm really convinced with the data convincing and everything happening according to the trade plan, then I would have taken a large quantity. But if I'm not, then I will try to test the waters to see whether the market is moving as per my direction.
Right.
Out of 100 days, if I would have considered myself, I've been like good enough on 90 days, that's more than sufficient. But if my trade goes against a favor, then I needed to be quickly exiting as well. Because opening trades are very risky, and I would not suggest to everyone until and unless you have done your trading for 6 months to 1 year, know what you're doing in the morning.
Right.
Without that, yes, I would not suggest anyone to take the opening trades at all. Because I would have entered like in fraction of a second and within minutes. But everybody who thinks that, okay, I can enter and exit the same way Shiva did it, you will get caught. It will require experience, and it will also take some time, and you have to practice a lot.
Right. So when you look at OI, it's essentially the EOD OI you look at for your next day trade.
Correct.
But intraday OI, do you look at intraday
Yes,
OI also?
that's the reason we developed this tool. The reason is, whenever you get a crossover on our tool, we have set some certain time frames. That has worked magic for us actually. Whenever the crossover happens on both the strikes, on a particular strike, say for example 12,000 CE or 12,200 CE and PE, and immediately we have seen at least it gives you an opportunity for 30 to 40 points on grab. And that's where like I start to look at the chart as well.
But yes, Shiva, intraday OI is delayed, right?
for me, I'm looking at a 15-minute delay also.
Yeah.
Still, it is working wonders for me.
Really? Because exchange, if I'm not wrong, exchange gives intraday OI 3 minutes delay.
3-minute delay, but you can always get your real-time OI in the trading terminals.
Okay.
But what I normally use is, I use that OI for the trend.
Oh, okay.
Once I get the trend, yes, the market is going to move downwards. If the riders are going to be busy writing on 12,200 put, rather than I will go and buy like in the money at 12,200, deep in the money at 11,900 on the call side and make quick 10-20 bucks. And this is where like my charts come into the picture.
Can we just discuss one trade or something which you have done based on OI and you have seen the impact on the chart and you actually did that trade?
Yes.
Just to give a more practical understanding of our users.
No problem. I will do that.
Any which you have in top of your mind? I mean, not
I'll just go with the chart so that it is easy to correlate.
Yeah.
Okay. This particular day, I missed the opening trade. The opening trade, the market fell.
Okay,
and fell with the volume. I consider anything more than like a 50K volume in Bank Nifty to be a good volume. I always look at volume candles for me to give my strength, whether which way the market is going to take a direction. The first two candles.
What, 15 minutes?
This is on a 3-minute candle.
So you're talking volume in a 3-minute candle.
3-minute candle.
Okay.
3-minute candle will be sufficient on a chart to take an intraday scalping position.
Correct.
And this particular day, the market fell in the opening minutes from the level of almost 29,500.
Okay.
It quickly went to a level of like 29,300, so on.
Okay.
But I missed this opening trade. Then I was waiting for the next opportunity to see whether there is further movement towards upside with volume. If it is not, then I should quickly be able to enter the next trade when the volume is building up.
Okay.
The 944 was the next one where I was able to enter this trade. And look at this. This was almost like a big, large candle, more than 200K volume. This is on Bank Nifty future. So what did I do? I immediately entered a trade on the same 29,500 at a price of almost 300. So imagine what would have been my entry and exit on this trade. Can you believe? I entered at 944 at 309 with 1,000 quantities, 309, 311, 312, 314 and 31 with almost 1,000 quantities. And 945 I was able to sell this 1,000 quantities at 400 rupees.
Wow.
90 points in a scalping in 1 minute, and it gave me a reward of almost 89,000.
And this is just by looking at the price.
Just looking at the price and then the OI data. And along with nothing else, the candle. For me, anything which is more than 50K on the opening side, and if there is a follow-up also, I would quickly jump on it. But I will wait for the follow-up candle.
That's your experience, that you believe right now 50K volume in a 3-minute candle is a resourceful volume.
True. And trust me, on this particular day, the Bank Nifty closed at 758. This particular strike closed at 758.
Oh.
Still, many people would be wondering, guys, come on, this guy has only made 80-90 rupees, whereas this closed at 750. There have been days the same 400 can go to zero as well.
Right.
That's the reason I started to believe in scalping. Some trades would give me like 5 rupees, some trades would give me 100 rupees as well. My day is done at 945. What more I need? Like I wanted a 1 lakh to be made, and I'm done with like almost at 945. Then I would quickly like started to scalp on the same day. Someone asked me, are there any other trading opportunities available? Yes, it is a plenty. When you know that there is going to be a support and resistance to be played for the whole day, that's when I start to play my intraday position.
Okay.
Another question which will come is, why you're having multiple accounts to trade? Earlier, when I used to have like all eggs in one basket, what happens? Your monkey mind will always come into the picture. Once you make a losing trade, you will try to average more and more without even realizing that you're deploying your entire capital on one single trade. There have been days where I have lost my entire capital on one single trade as well. That's when I decided I'm not going to put all eggs in one basket. I have multiple accounts wherein I like have 5 lakhs and 10 lakhs and 15 lakhs. The reason is, if I'm really not confident, I'll use my 5 lakh account. If I'm really good, then I'll go for all out on a 15 lakh account. And at the same time, once you make money in the morning in a particular account, close that account and move on to the next one. Think that you're starting the day fresh. That way you are going to make money in a multiple account, and at the same time you're also going to not lose your money because you know that you have made a profit on the previous day. Use that as your stop loss. Once you make money in the particular day, once started to have that money, use that as your stop loss for the remainder of the day.